Welcome to all BSc first year students in online classes of optional subject fishery science. During last few chapters we have seen the introduction, classification of Vallaguatu, that is freshwater shark. Introduction, classification, then external characters of Vallaguatu, then next important article which we are studying today. That article is the digestive system of Vallaguatu. In last study we have seen the coelom. Yes. Then next part of our syllabus, our study, alimentary canal of Vallaguatu. Alimentary canal of Vallaguatu. This digestive system of Vallaguatu, or it is also called as alimentary canal of Vallaguatu, which is we have studied, which is we have seen today. It is important commercial food fish and abundant in quantities, more in quantities in inland waters, that is rivers, tributaries, as well as in ponds also. Maximum fishes these are to be caught, these are to be captured, which have acute sense of smell, as well as these are carnivorous, and on large quantities they can captured, they can caught in inland sectors, that is rivers, tributaries, lakes, reservoirs. In these places these fish, these are to be caught, these are to be captured. That's why it is important. Digestive system of Vallaguatu, or the alimentary canal of Vallaguatu, we have seen, we have studied. For our convenience, for our sake, the study of alimentary canal or the digestive system we have divided into number of subunits, number of small units for study as well as for better understanding. Better understanding. Hence, the first we have drawn the diagram of, that is the which alimentary canal of Vallaguatu. See the diagram in front of you, and this diagram is nothing but the figure digestive system of Vallaguatu, or it shows the alimentary canal of Vallaguatu. This figure, these are to be shown that is alimentary canal of Vallaguatu. It is also called as digestive system of Vallaguatu. See carefully. These are the different jaws. These are the different jaws, upper jaw as well as lower jaws. Then these are the internal part of the alimentary canal. How these are to be divided, how these are to be seen. See here, that is the pharyngeal teeth. Then these are the foldings, pharyngeal folding. Then this is the duodenum. This is the duodenum. This is the intestine, rectum, and lastly rectum opens in outside by opening. It is called as the anus. This digestive system or the alimentary canal of Vallaguatu, which is we have seen in figure. Alimentary canal of Vallaguatu. Alimentary canal of Vallaguatu consists of the mouth. Which part these are to be consist? Which part these are to be found in alimentary canal? Alimentary canal of Vallaguatu, these are to be consist of mouth. Next to the mouth, buccopharynx, that is buccal cavity, and pharyngeal cavity. Pharynx, it is commonly or combinedly called as buccopharynx. Next to the pharynx, followed by esophagus. Esophagus is followed by stomach. Stomach is followed by intestine. and lastly intestine, these are to be opened by opening called as rectum. All these are to be shown, all these are to be found in the figure. That is, yes, we have studied alimentary canal. Mouth leads into buccal cavity leads into pharynx leads into esophagus leads into, that is, stomach leads into intestine leads into rectum, and rectum opens by opening called anus. All these parts, these are to be called as the alimentary canal of Vallago-Otto. This alimentary canal of Vallago-Otto forms mouth, a buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, intestine, rectum, all, and lastly the anus, which is to be shown in this. Just we have seen the figure. Then the first part, mouth. The mouth of Vallago-Otto is terminal. Crescentric opening. Terminal at the anterior end, at the anterior point of the head. Anterior mouth is terminal, crescentric opening at the anterior end of the body. That opening is called as mouth. Mouth is terminal crescentric opening, and this opening, these are to be where present? It is to be present on the anterior end of the body. Mouth bounded by shorter upper jaw and slightly longer lower jaw. Two jaws, these are to be present in this fish, but these two jaws, these are to be unequal. One is to be larger, another is to be smaller, and hence upper jaw is shorter and lower jaw is to be slightly longer and large as compared to lower jaw. Thin lips are present on the jaws. Thin lips are present. On lips, jaws are present. Thin lips are present on the jaws. Hence, lower jaw is longer. Lower jaw is long. Due to such jaw condition, mouth opening of Vallago-Otto is very wide. And it is useful at the time of feeding. This wide mouth opening is to be important. It is to be useful at the time of feeding, because due to this mouth opening, whole food is to be swallowed. Due to the large mouth opening, cleft of the mouth is to be very wide, and when mouth opening, these are to be large, cleft of mouth is to be wide, then this is to be important, because whole food can be swallowed by the fish. Then this food stored in stomach, those food, these are to be swallowed by the fish. Complete food, these are to be taken by the fish. This food they can store inside the chamber, a bag, sac. That bag is called as stomach, where enzymes can be simplified that food material, or digest the food in this. That's why these enzymes, these are to be important. Second part, next to the mouth. Mouth is to be leads into buccal cavity or the buccopharyngeal cavity. Next to the mouth, buccopharyngeal cavity, the mouth is followed by a spacious large cavity. That spacious large cavity is called as buccal cavity, which is bounded dorsally by the base of the cranium. This buccal cavity, these are to be bounded dorsally by the base of cranium, laterally by the branchial arches, and ventrally by the median urohyal bones. On four sides, on four parts, various four bones, these are to present in the buccal cavity. This buccal cavity, these are to be bounded dorsally on dorsal side. Which part is present? That is the cranium. On lateral side, that is the branchial arches or the gila arches. And on the ventral side, it is to be supported by the urohyal bones. Tongue is not present in the mouth of this fish. but tongue-like structure is present, and this tongue-like structure, which is a mucosal thickening, which is to be found, which is to be occur in the lower part of the lower jaw of the mouth. The buccal cavity has several types of teeth on the upper and lower jaws. Buccal cavity has several types of teeth on upper and lower jaws. Teeth are homodont, all teeth these are to be similar, same. Teeth are polyphodont, numerous times these teeth these are to be fall, then annually these are to be repair. In the last summer months, teeth these are to be fall down, whereas the teeth these are to be developed, these are to form in the again 4 to 5 months from next time the teeth these are to be developed. That's why it is to be teeth these are to be occurs, teeth these are to be present in these fish. Tongue-like structure, upper jaw is present in mucosal thickening. The buccal cavity has several types of teeth on the upper and lower jaws. Teeth are homodont, all similar. Polyphodont, numerous times of teeth these are to be appear. Numerous times of teeth these are to be appear, it is called as polyphodont. Diphyodont, when teeth these are to be appear 2 times. Monophyodont, once teeth these are to fall down, no new teeth these are to be arise. But in these teeth, polyphodont and teeth are cardiform. Cardiform without root system. No roots these are to be present, and due to the root system is to be absent, teeth these are to be not embedded inside the lower jaw, inside the socket. That's why these are to be easy to fall down. Each tooth has a broad base and narrow pointed. Each tooth has broad base and narrow pointed, slightly curved anterior end. Narrow pointed, slightly curved anterior end. All teeth are located in depressions. All teeth are located in depressions and fixed by fibrous ligaments. Teeth these are to be located in depressions and it is to be fixed by a fibrous ligaments. Teeth on the upper jaw and palate. Then which are these teeth these are to present on upper jaw and palate? The arrangement of teeth in the buccal cavity are as follows. In this jaws, upper jaw and palate, which teeth these are to present? These are to be found, we have seen. Teeth on upper jaw and palate. The arrangement of teeth in the buccal cavity are as follows. Maxillary teeth, the teeth those are present on upper jaw. Just these teeth these are called as maxillary teeth because these are to be called as maxilla. Maxilla, that is barbels, these are to present on the upper jaw, it is called as maxilla or the maxillary barbels. Maxillary teeth, they are broken or premaxillaries and arranged in several compact or the compact rows in both jaws, upper jaw as well as lower jaw. Hence, teeth these are to be fall down and worn out with age. Second, homerine teeth, a pair of oval patches of minute teeth are present on the homerine bone. Teeth these are to present, teeth these are to be found on the homerine bone. These teeth are called as homerine teeth. Pharyngeal teeth, one pair of oval pharyngeal patches, one pair of oval pharyngeal teeth. These are to be situated on the roof of the pharynx. These teeth these are to be situated on the roof of the pharynx. They are supported by pharyngeo-branchial bones. These teeth these are to be supported by pharyngeo-branchial bones of the first 4 gillards. A large number of small dentine-like teeth embedded in the mucous membrane, which is to be present in mucous membrane of the anterior region of the pharynx. Again, that is a large number of small dentine-like teeth these are to be embedded in fresh condition. When we observe, see, in the mucous membrane of the anterior region of the pharynx, such teeth these are to present, such teeth these are to be appear on the, that is these teeth these are called as pharyngeal teeth. Teeth on lower jaw and floor of the buccal cavity. Not only teeth, these are to be present in upper jaws or on upper jaws, but teeth are also present on lower jaws and floor of the buccal cavity. The arrangement of these teeth in buccal cavity are as follows. That is mandibular teeth. The denticles or the teeth bear the mandibular or the teeth which is to present on the lower jaw. These teeth, these are called as mandibular teeth. The teeth which is to be developed, teeth which is to present on the lower jaw, that teeth, these are called as mandibular teeth. These mandibular teeth which are 100 in numbers, mandibular teeth are 100 in numbers and arranged in 5 or 6 rows. 5 or 6 rows, such teeth these are to be arranged. They are largest in the centers and smallest. These teeth are to be largest in the center and smallest at the sides or periphery. Larger teeth are in the center and smaller teeth are the periphery. A velar membrane lies these teeth at their inner border. A velar membrane is to be lies in these teeth at their lower or the inner border. That teeth is called as the mandibular teeth. Horny pad teeth, two patches of minute teeth. Two patches of minute teeth specifically embedded in the innermost layer. Specifically, these teeth, these are to be found in the innermost layer, are present in the posterior part of the pharynx. Posterior part of the pharynx. These are the few important characters of teeth on the lower jaw or the buccal cavity. Mandibular teeth. Teeth denticles bear mandibular teeth which are 100 in numbers and arranged in 5 or 6 rows. They are largest in the center and smallest at the periphery. A velar membrane lies these teeth at their inner borders. Horny pad teeth, two patches of minute teeth superficially embedded. Two patches of minute teeth superficially embedded in the inner or the innermost or the interiormost layer. Innermost are present and that are the posterior part of the pharynx. Internet are present in the embedded in the innermost are present in the posterior part of the pharynx. This is the innermost. INN, innermost. Innermost layer. These teeth, these are to present, these are to be found. It is called as teeth on lower jaw. Then next, that is the pharynx. The posterior part of the buccal cavity brings the pharyngeal teeth. The posterior part of the buccal cavity brings the pharyngeal teeth dorsally and the horny pad teeth ventrally. The posterior part of the buccal cavity brings bearing the pharyngeal teeth dorsally and the horny pad teeth ventrally form the short pharynx. Pharynx is to be short and its lining of the pharynx has few wavy and longitudinal folds. That is, these pharyngeal region, it is to be formed, say, pharyngeal teeth dorsally and horny pad teeth ventrally form short pharynx. The lining of the pharynx has few wavy and longitudinal folds. The mucosa of the buccal cavity. The mucosa of the buccal cavity is smooth without folds and has 3 layers. The mucosa of the buccal cavity is smooth without folds and has 3 layers as striated epithelium, submucosal layer and mucosal layer. 3 layers these are to present. The mucosa of the buccal cavity is smooth without folds and has 3 layers as striated epithelium, submucosal layer and mucosal layer. The pharyngeal mucosa has again 2 layers. Pharyngeal mucosa has again two layers, as one in retimucosum, one layer is to be called as retimucosum of Malpighi and other layer is called as stratum Malpighi. Retimucosum Malpighi and stratum Malpighi, these two layers, these are to present in the pharyngeal mucosa of the valley of water. With this we have completed, we have seen the first part of the digestive system of valley of water. Yes, thank you.